Anin Bojo, Binnoojiiyag, Kwe, Indigenous Cause, Wishkagamong and Donjaba, Wabajesh and Dodem, Indigenous by Kwe and Dow. Hello everyone, welcome to our Circle Facilitation team. I am Mary Robertson and I am the Cultural Services Supervisor for the Circle Facilitator. I'm going to be now introducing you to my team.
Ani Bojo, Sego, hello. My name is Jennifer Boma and I'm a Circle Facilitator out of the Whitby office.
Sego, I'm Joanna Goodfellow and I'm a Circle Facilitator out of the Dnaagdawenmag office.
Anin Bozo, my name is Josh and I'm a Circle Facilitator out of our Whitby Central office. Miigwech.
The original Circle process is based on the natural laws, the ways that we communicate with each other, how we're able to come together to make those important decisions. When there's something that needs to be discussed to resolve conflict, we would come to Circle and have conversations. We need to be mindful that across Turtle Island that there's different laws, natural laws, and in order to be the effective Circle Facilitator, we need to reach out and communicate with those communities to speak to their natural laws within their communities and how they resolve conflict. The original Circle process, has been a process that we have done for numerous years, since time immemorial, when we all gathered to have conversation. So as I did this work in child welfare, I utilized the original Circle process because it gave everybody an opportunity to use their voice within the Circle, to come up with a plan that works best for the family, in which to mitigate those protection concerns with our children, youth, and families. We also seek to the communities that we work with and ask them how would they like their circles to be facilitated? What would they like to implement into the circles?
Circles can be used to resolve conflict, but sometimes we can gather in circle to talk about what's needed. In a family, there can be some imbalance. Sometimes there could be a situation where a family would like to talk out some issues that they're having, perhaps with the service side of the team. So when we come together in circle, we're given an opportunity to all speak from the heart and speak about what's needed to resolve any kind of conflict, but also to bring that balance and that sense of feeling like things are going in a good way. That's when we come to circle and to have those conversations. And when we come to the circle, we all have an opportunity to speak from the heart, to respect one another, and to come to some sort of resolution where we all feel good about what's been discussed.
So for us Circle Facilitators, this is the most important step in the work that we do. For us, this starts with the information gathering form, and from there we reach out and start calling families and trying to arrange dates and times. We will then ask questions from the family on how they would like their circle to be and collaborate with the service and other teams found within Dnaagdawenmag Binnoojiiyag to ensure that the circle purpose is very clear and everyone's working towards a common goal. And any traditional elements you would like to include within the circle.
When we're in circle, we are in ceremony, so we ask that everyone put away their devices and bring all of our minds together. We also acknowledge that everything that we share in circle is to be kept within that sacred space and confidential. With that being said, we do also capture a very brief summary of what was discussed and some next steps that we may have decided everyone has agreed upon within the circle. We send those out to everyone involved within 48 hours. While we're in circle, if there is a follow-up circle required, we do try to schedule that while we're all together, and also there are times when only one circle is required.
For our Dnaagdawenmag Binnoojiiyag staff, our referral process can be found on the intranet under the Cultural Services bundle. For our children, youth, and families that would like to make a referral for a circle, that can be done by speaking with their worker, their legal counsel, or through our initial assessment line. For those external agencies that we are working alongside with, they are also able to request a circle, and that is done through our main line. Depending on the type of circle being requested, at times there may be the help of an elder or a cultural resource advisor being needed to help support that circle. While we are completing the information gathering form, if it is identified that we will need an elder to help support the circle, it would be the responsibility of the worker to make that referral. That referral process would be found through our cultural services bundle on our intranet.
During our circle, the bundle sits at the center. The bundle represents the children and youth who we are meeting to discuss in circle. Our sacred medicines can be found at the center of the bundle. Families are encouraged to bring their bundle or items such as a photo that represents the child if they are not present in the circle. All conversations bring us back to the center of that bundle and grounds us in the purpose of why we are gathering for the family. The bundle represents the child and centers us all in a good way.
Anyone that is directly involved with the family, whether it's community supports, community workers, family, friends, the chief of the community can attend the circle, and the band reps that's representing the family and the communities, their community members. Sometimes lawyers can attend circles, however, they're not there to direct conversation, they're only there to listen. Sometimes children or the youth comes to our circles where it's appropriate, and we have a bundle that sits in the center of our circle, and that's to represent the children, and that we're always having conversations with our children at the center. And in our circles, the workers, the internal workers, whether it's the family service worker, the family support worker, and the supervisors of the workers, internal workers of Dnaagdawenmag, Binnoojiiyag.
So our circles are ceremonial, and we're guided by our 7 sacred teachings, our grandfather teachings, as well as the Haudenosaunee teaching, the great law of peace, which speaks to laying down our weapons of war, and that we can come together and have conversation. Our circles doesn't have a beginning or an ending. You will see in our circles that we don't have anyone that's higher than the other. We come together as equals because we are all working towards, ensuring that the holistic well-being and safety is being honored for our children and youth. Our children and youth are our future, so we want them to be raised in a well way, a communal way of we wrap around our children and our youth. So you see in our circles that all voices are respected. And the voices that we encourage are the voices of the family, the parents, their supports, our First Nations representatives, what is their natural laws within their communities, how would they like to see their children being raised, and ensuring that their holistic and safety and well-being is being looked after. How do we mitigate those protection concerns, coming up with a plan that everyone agrees to. And when we come to circle, we place our children in the center, and we spoke about our bundle represents our children. Our bundle is our heartbeat. Our children are also our heartbeat. Without our children, we would cease to exist as community. So we want to ensure that our children are raised in a well, gentle way. So the types of circles that we offer, we have what we call swift circles. So when things are really bubbling over and we need to come to circle immediately, within 24 hours of receiving the circle referral, we would set up a circle to bring everybody together to have conversation, to speak to that urgent matter. We also have family building circles, which again speaks to that word, family building. We're building upon that family, using recognizing their strengths within that family and how to ensure those children, our children and our youth, are going to be looked at while we're maintaining the respect for the integrity of that family. We have circles that speak to permanency. What does permanency look like for a child? Is it going to be, adoption with openness, or is it going to be a customary care agreement? So again, those circles speak to that permanency for the children. There are also circles that have legal matters already attached to it. So we work with the lawyers, the parents' lawyers, as well as the agency lawyers and the Ontario lawyers of the children, OCLs. So we would ask, those lawyers, what is it that we need to see to happen for the families to protect, to mitigate those protection concerns, to get a final order or to get the matter out of court.
Bama P.
Chimiigwach for taking this time to learn about our circle process.